Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 4 of Trillionaire. To start us off today, I would like to upgrade our blood altar to be able to continue these, Ministry of Magic quests. Namely, I want to get to the Horn of the Wild, so we have to go down this quest chain. But the Petal Apothecary requires tier 2 blood magic slates. Alright, so last episode I laid out the structure of the blood altar with the exception of the vertical pillars, and the blood altar just looks so, I don't know, so flat without it. Um, Very different. It's always felt more pyramid-like to me. But anyways, let's start using this thing. Well, we can't quite use it yet. We need some other infrastructure. First of all, I would like to make a Hellfire Forge, because this is Blood Magic's other major crafting mechanic. And its recipe looks, I think that's a standard recipe. I love how this pack just lets us get started with a lot of stuff the standard way. So we don't have to like jump through 7 hoops just to build the Hellfire Forge. On the other hand, I apparently don't have any iron to my name. Whoops. I expanded my smeltery a little bit, and now I can just pour a whole bunch of metal at a time. It's also a little bit taller than it was, so 26 blocks of iron being crafted. Here's the Hellfire Forge. Now, with the Hellfire Forge, I want to craft a Divination Sigil. I guess we can't do that until we make blank slates. Alright then, what about the Sacrificial Dagger? Can I make that? This we can. Alright, let's craft one of these and get some stone with us, and let's go make a blank slate. So first of all, we have to put some blood into the altar. To do so, we poke ourselves. Ow. And now there's some blood in that altar. I think for each heart you take from yourself, you put 200 life essence in the altar. Although don't quote me on that. But be careful, if you poke yourself too many times, you can kill yourself. So, once you have some blood in the altar, you can put a piece of stone in there. That turns it into a slate. Takes about 5 to 10 seconds. There we go. Alright, now I have the slate. I need arcane ashes. So this is made in the Hellfire Forge, but I need a piece of demonic will for this. Alright, well, I guess I need nighttime to come again so that I can kill one mob. Maybe I can find one underground somewhere. Hello there, zombie. Thanks for volunteering your soul. So we throw that at it, and then we kill it. And, ooh, there's creepers here too. Alright, let's get a couple more. Actually, let's not use creepers, because they have a unpleasant habit of blowing up. I'm gonna just stay down here in the dark a little bit, see if I can find like 1 or 2 more mobs. Forget it. 1 piece of demonic will do, because I don't think we actually drain it to craft this. So these recipes, we have a minimum will requirement and a drain, but for these, because it drains 0, we can reuse it indefinitely. Alright, so now that I have this, I can make our divination sigil. So it requires a piece of redstone, which I've got right here. Click this on the ground, then click the redstone, then the blank slate. And with this, we can see information about our blood altar. So it does a little spin-a-majig, and then out pops the divination sigil. We can right-click to see the amount of essence in our LP network. It's not particularly useful, but now we can right-click on this. We see in the upper left there. I guess we don't click it, but we just hold it over it. It's a level 1 altar, and it has 400 blood in it. My goal is to get this to a level 2 altar, because that's what we need to make reinforced slates. It also takes 2,000 plus 1,000, so 3,000 LP a pop. Anyways, to make it a level 2 altar, we need runes. Specifically, well, any rune will do, but blank runes are the easiest ones to make, so let's make some of these. This requires a weak blood orb and some blank slates. We need 8 of them to cover the 8 cobblestone pieces I have around the edge here. So I'm going to have to prick myself a lot for this. I have no form of regen other than just eating food. So I'm going to have to go through a fair bit of food. Your 1 blood orb is made by dipping a precious diamond in blood, and then leaving that in there for however long, and eventually it transforms. Like so. Oh, come on, that was your cue. like so. Alright, it apparently takes longer than I think it does. I think it should. But in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna keep filling this up. You can go down to half a heart. Make sure you don't click your sacrificial dagger when you're at half a heart, though. That will kill you. I know, because I've done it many, many times before on accident. Unfortunately, I wish I had like a mob farm that gave me these hearts. In fact, are they even in this pack? Oh no, they're not. The 10 extra hearts you could normally give. That's my preferred... Oh, look. It finishes when I turn away. It's my preferred food to eat while doing this, because it, you know, the extra hearts just like you eat a food and gain 10 hearts immediately. Oh, right. I wanted to click that once, not 3 times. Each time you click, well, the first time you click it, it binds to you. Each subsequent time you click it, you deposit a little bit of your LP in there. You can also place it in the blood altar to store some of your LP, but for now I don't need that. So I'm going to take that out. Actually, I have an idea. Ideas are dangerous, but I have one. I recall seeing here in the shop that we could buy food. How much for good food? Thankful dinner. 35 bucks. I mean, how much? What does this do? Also, does it give regen? No, it gives strength resilience, but it does give full saturation. Probably not worth it for 35 bucks. What about this other food? I'll try it out. We'll buy one of each. I'm gonna skip the squid ink spaghetti, maybe. Neither of these foods say they buff you, so I don't expect to get buffs, but they do give full saturation, so 10 bucks for full saturation, it's not an awful deal, right? Spent all of my money on food, buying paneer tikka masalas, and they are wonderful. This makes this blood collection process much faster. Although I was promised I'd become a trillionaire, not a starving person with $0 to my name, who's donating blood to try to be productive. Alas, at least I have a home, not homeless. Could always be worse. With those runes, we can make 8 blank runes, and let's see. Can I make a ritual stone by chance? Is that a thing I can do yet? What is the lowest tier blood orb we need for this? Yes, we can. If I get 4 pieces of obsidian, should have that somewhere, right? Good. This will be useful later. For now, though, let's go upgrade our blood altar to tier 2. To do that, all I should have to do is remove this row of cobblestone and replace it with blank runes. And then when we check, there we go, tier 2 blood altar. Now, different runes have different effects. A blank rune has no effect besides allowing you to raise your altar tier. So it doesn't give any of the good stuff like, you know, increased crafting speed, increased blood capacity in the altar or anything. Nah, none of that stuff. But it does allow us to craft the next tier slate, which is the reinforced slate. So I just need 2 of those. I crafted 2 of these reinforced slates, and for now I think we're done with the blood altar. We'll be back to use it more, but I want to get a better source of regeneration before we do so. Anyways, let's real quick see what this imperfect ritual stone can be used for. So if I place this on the ground and place a lapis block above it, we can use it to make it nighttime. It costs a little bit of LP, so I want to take my divination sigil and see how much. 800. If we hit it, it becomes nighttime, and 700. It'll cost 100 LP per go. But this is very convenient because when we're doing Astral sorcery, right, we often want it to be nighttime, so we can use this to intentionally advance it to night. I'm going to go ahead and fill our life essence network a little bit by putting our blood orb. Basically, we'll just leave the blood orb in the altar here, and that way we don't run out of LP when doing the ritual. I think if you don't have LP when you do the ritual, it just damages you, but it's cheaper to pay an LP than to pay in damage. Changing gears to Astral sorcery once again, we find ourselves high up on our Y level 127 platform. I'm going to expand it a bit so we can actually fit the Astral sorcery multi-blocks up here. But then, well, for now, because we don't have good starlight collectors, in fact, we don't have any starlight collectors at all besides the natural ones, we'll be building up here. Once I have starlight collection, I'll move all of our Astral sorcery stuff, like, you know, down there, so we don't have to climb the ladder each time to do anything. But as you can see, it's daytime. If I finish building before it naturally becomes nighttime, we'll use the ritual to make it night. The exact shapes that the Starlight Crafting Altar needs can be found in the Astral Tome. It even tells you what blocks you need to make it. But when you make it correctly, you should see, well, this here, when the bar is incorrect, or when that structure is incorrect, the bar is red. When it's correct, you have like a mana bar. So, apparently we have enough starlight to do this craft during the day. Well, I guess I won't bother making it nighttime. And once again, once we do this, we'll step away from Astral Sorcery for a bit, but we'll be back. Astral Sorcery provides a lot of very powerful early game buffs, and I'll probably want to get some of them sooner rather than later. But let's go ahead and leave a bed as well as a nighttime ritual here. So if we need it to be nighttime, we can climb up here and do it. Alright, quest complete. Oh cool, it gives us a Botania book. We'll please add that to our Akashic Tome. Yes, we have to make it a regular tome first. Then we can add it. Yeah, okay. Switching gears yet again to our third magic mod of the day, we have Botania. So, the next quest calls for making the Pure Daisy, which just requires some white petals. Unfortunately, I don't think I found any yet. They do world gen. I found yellow and cyan, no other colors. So we're gonna have to craft them. We can craft the red dye, yellow dye, and make floral fertilizer. Where is that? This item with bone meal. Oh dang, you only get one each. Is that normal? I thought you got 3 each. No, I guess that's a regular recipe. Alright, well, when you right-click this on the ground, it grows a number of Botania flowers. You can harvest these, and then our goal is to get white ones, but we didn't that batch. To make more fertilizer, that I can take these flowers we got, turn them into petals, mash the petals into powder. Where's the third? The last stack. Well, 4 pieces. Oh, here it is. And then turn those powders into floral fertilizer. I think we can, yeah, we can even mix and match. So basically, for a little bit of time and redstone, or not time and bone meal, we can duplicate floral fertilizer. And my goal is to get at least 1 of each flower. In unrelated news is one item I should have made some time ago, and that's the time in a bottle. This just lets us take accelerate machines, but our usage of it is limited by how long we've had it in our inventory. So the sooner you craft it, but as soon as you can craft it, you should, and then just hold it in your inventory and let it start building up time to use later. There are 16 different flower types. Once you have 1 of each, it becomes significantly easier to get more. So if you want just of a specific flower, if you plant a leaf and then grow it with bone meal, you can then get this like tall crop, which if you collect with shears, you can turn into 4 petals of that specific color. So right now I just want white, so this is a very easy way to get white flowers until I run out of bone meal. Then I have to buy more. But I have $5 to my name. I guess I'll just sell more, manually harvest and sell wheat for a little bit. Oh, would you look at that? Our ender lily's grown too. I planted this out a long time ago. They grow quite slowly on oh wait, I had 10 bones in here. Yeah, they grow quite slowly on grass, so I'm surprised it's done growing. I thought it took like 30 hours in game, but apparently not. Anyways, I don't even have a way to get more than 3 bone meal per bone yet. I have no technology at all. Alright, anyways, I'll do 1 more cycle of this to get plenty of white leaves. These 16 should turn into a full stack of white petals. Grow them. And can we vein mine shear them? Nice. Perfect. So next step is to turn these into pure daisies. I'm going to get two, one to make living stone, one to make living rock. So that's 8 petals. Well, I have. I'm calling this chest my Botania chest, although it's still unlabeled. And I need 2 seeds. So to use the petal apothecary, throw in the petals and then the seeds, and then it crafts, and then you just have to refill it with water. So you right click to replace, throw the seeds in. All right, pure daisies. Now I need to make the living stone and living wood. I just want to see what they're made out of. Oh, you regular stone. Is this gonna be made of any wood? Any wood? Wow. Where's the hard recipes that are supposed to make me hate myself? Hey, I'm not complaining. All right, so we have wood and might not have enough stone. I might have to make more. Oh, wait, there we go. When manually processing, I like to place a base layer. Like this layer is 1 Y level too low to actually be affected by the flower. That way I can just use it with a builder's wand and extend it up. So once you basically any blocks that are placed on the same Y level as the pure daisy adjacent to it will slowly over the course of 1 minute transform into their living variant. So we'll be back in a minute when these are transformed. Hey, I think that's an eclipse. That's the Astral Sorcery Solar Eclipse, right? Because it's awfully dark for being middle of the day. That's a cue that today is Horologium Day. I don't know, how do I get the day number? Does it show somewhere here in the F3 menu? I think it's like 36 days or something like that, you get the solar eclipse, and that's, yeah, this is definitely the solar eclipse. All right, I need to get this day number, because it'll help us in the future when we're doing Astral Sorcery. But I don't actually know how to do that. Ah, found it. It's right here, day 36. So day 36 is an eclipse, and every 36, so basically every day that's divisible by 36. If it is every 36 days that our eclipses, anyways, I don't actually recall. But we know that day 36 is Horologium Day. And that will be something we write down for the future. Anyways, a minute has passed during all that time, so now I can come here harvest the living rock. An interesting thing about the eclipse is that it lets mobs spawn during the day. Well, it gives night level light during the day, which typically means mobs can spawn. But anyways, that gives us living wood and living stone, and then I can just rebuild it like so. Next quest is to make a mana pool and mana spreader. I do need these. Technically, we can make the Horn of the Wild. Well, no, we can't. We need a mana pool for this. All right, so let's go ahead and make some mana. I assume these recipes, if the trend holds, these follow the standard recipes. So mana pool, good, and mana spreader needs any petal. Oh boy, let's see if I can remember this recipe off the top of my head. Is it this with a petal and a gold ingot? Memory has failed me. Oh, I was so close. I had one too many living wood pieces. All right. And then we can make mana steel. Now, how are we supposed to make our first bit of mana? We could buy. I saw that here in Magic there are black lotuses at 200 bucks. Well, but you need mana to consume a black lotus, so that doesn't work. I guess we just have to use day blooms. No. Oh, the Endo Flame recipe here doesn't use anything that we can't make. I thought Endo Flames required like mana powder or something, but apparently not. So anyways, brown, light gray, and red. Let's make just a couple of these. Brown, light gray, and red. Do I not have red? I thought I had all the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I am missing red petals. Oh crap. While I was replenishing these blocks, I saw out of the corner of my eye this year, which looks an awful lot like red flowers. I was about to just go plant more mystical fertilizer to try to roll red flowers, but instead we can just pick it up off the ground. How nifty. To start us off for mana, let's make 8 endo flames. So if I put, let's see, the bucket here, I guess I don't really have the tech to set up a way to auto refill the bucket yet. We're working super low tech, super manual. Let's go ahead and make a Wander the Forest. This is basically Botania's branch. With it, we can link our mana spreader to the mana pool. So just shift right click one, shift right click the other. They're linked together. When you point over it, tells you that, hey, it's going to shoot its mana into the mana pool. Perfect. Then we can place these endo flames nearby. As long as they place remotely close to the mana spreader, any mana spreader, they link to it when placed. If they don't link, you can also link them explicitly, or if you want to link it to a different mana spreader for whatever reason. Cool. So then, to run them now, endo flames are run on furnace fuels. So if we get some coal, I have 8, right? Can I make any more than this? Let's get 8 blocks of fuel of coal just for now. I'm clearly quite low on resources, as we can see. I don't even have much coal left, but that'll do. If we just throw the fuel nearby, we can throw extra if we like. They eat the fuel that they need and then leave the extra. So pick that up, store it for later. And they start shooting their mana into the mana pool. The mana pool is like a battery, like an RF battery, but a mana battery. It holds a absolutely tremendous amount of mana. So for all practical, well, for now, one mana pool is a tremendous amount of mana. Later, we'll get into mechanics that use a lot of mana, but as you can see, it's filling very, very, very slowly. In fact, 7 endo flames probably take over an hour to fill a mana pool. That's fine though, because while it takes a long time to fill a mana pool, it also doesn't take much mana to do crafting in it. So as you saw there, I just threw some grass in, got pasture seeds out. Pasture seeds can be used to turn grass into dirt, but for now, I'm just going to use them for crafting. So with this, I think we can make a Horn of the Wild. Let's get 2. One for me, one I'll use for automation. Horn of Wild's nice because it's like when you right click it, just in a rather large area around you, it just breaks all the grass. So all grass, flowers, that type of stuff, if you want to get rid of it, just toot your horn. Additionally, the horn, when tooted, harvests agricraft crops. Their stuff pops off. So it's very easy to harvest a lot of agricraft plants this way. And that is how I want to harvest these plants. So to actually use the horn, you need to right click it, which is certain mechanical user type blocks can do it, but the actual mechanical user from extra utilities cannot. So I'm going to turn it into the Drum of the Wilds, which is the way Botania intends for you to automate it. So living wood. When the Drum of the Wilds receives a mana pulse, it behaves basically like a Horn of the Wild pulse, as if you had tooted on it. In order to automate the pulsing of the Drum of the Wild, I need 2 mana pools, 2 mana spreaders, and some mana. I can make it either consume mana, like if I just as is, when the mana pulse hits the drum, the mana pulse gets consumed, or I can make it preserve mana with a couple of lenses. So a messenger lens allows the mana burst to be, I think it's a lot less mana, go a lot further, and I think that's it. And then a phantom lens lets it travel through blocks. So the mana burst will travel through the drum, like it'll strike the drum, go through it, and keep going until the next mana pool. So we're going to need 2 sets of each of these lenses, and the lenses take mana steel. Mana steel in this pack has 2 ways to be crafted. You can either make it out of iron or steel, but making it out of steel is way cheaper. So this bar here shown is zoomed in 10x from what you actually see in the mana pool, at least I think it is. So this is telling us that it takes like about 3% of a mana pool to make it out of iron, and a trivial amount to make it out of steel. So I'm gonna sleep so I don't get blown up by a creeper while I do this. And we can throw some steel into the mana pool afterwards to get mana steel. Let's try this out. I have some steel on me. I'll throw all 20 pieces in. And in fact, yeah, 20 pieces of steel used some of our mana, about half of it that we produced. But now we have 20 pieces of mana steel. All right, so I should be able to turn that into lenses and yada, yada, yada. I also need a couple mana pearls. So those are ender pearls thrown in the mana pool. I was a little worried we'd run out of mana doing that, but nope. Don't have enough. Just barely hanging in there. All right, so I guess I only needed one. I needed 2 of these, but whatever. So that's 2 phantom lenses, and messenger lenses need paper. Oh, do I have sugarcane? I don't think I found any sugarcane yet. For now, I'll just disassemble books I stole from a village. Sorry, village. Make 2 of these lenses. Each... Wait, did that actually craft it? Man, no. Oh, I made another mana lens. Whoops. Oh well. Each mana spreader though can only have a single mana lens on it. So if you want to have the effect of 2 lenses together, you glue them together with slime balls. So this is messenger and phantom. Apparently slime balls are also pipe sealing. But give me, let's see, 2 of these. 2 messenger phantom lenses. I placed the 2 sets of spreader and pool some blocks apart. I think there's about 9 blocks in between. And then we can put our lenses on. Now, a cute thing that Botania shows you actually is if you bind something to a target that is far enough away. Oh, okay, let's get a block here. But if you bind something to a target that is far enough, dang it, hold on, that the mana burst would start losing mana along the way. You see a magic dot here that tells you the point at which the mana burst starts dropping off. But if I put this lens on here, we can see that that dot goes away. What that's telling us is that we can actually send the mana burst much further. In fact, you see it going all the way down here. Somewhere back here, there's a dot. I don't know where it is. It's probably in that hill. Because it has the messenger and the phantom lens, right? The phantom lens lets it go through stuff. The messenger lens sends it much, much, much further. And faster, apparently. Anyways, let's go rebind that to the mana pool so we're not shooting mana off into the middle of nowhere. And we can place a drum of the wild somewhere in between. Let's count exactly how many blocks there are. Yeah, there are 9. So that's centered. About centered to me. All we have to do then is give some mana to the system to get it started. For now, I think I'll just like borrow an endo flame. So we can put you here, give you something to burn. Is bread burnable? No. Single piece of charcoal should provide enough fuel to get this process started. And then once it starts going, it is closed loop. So you see there, each time the mana burst goes through the drum, it fires off a pulse. And if there were any plants in the area, that would cause it to get harvested. In fact, the stuff up there was close enough. So, I'm going to, well, we can turn this off with the redstone signal because it is pretty loud. I intentionally built it a little ways from my base. Yeah, we don't hear it from our working area, which is good. I might have to move it further because with a lot of plants, it can get laggy. But if we have to move it, we'll move it. All mana spreaders can be turned off with the redstone signal. So if I turn these 2 off, they stop shooting mana back and forth. Return this endo flame to its original home, and then I just have to plant a wheat field here. So I guess I could get, no, let's just put a puddle of water underneath this. Farming for worms. Just a bunch of useless grass here. It'll eventually turn back into grass, but along the way you get some worms out of it. Entire 9x9 field covered with worms and crop. So if I plant seeds here, it'll eventually grow and spread and cover the entire field. I could speed it up with the watering can, but there's a few more things I want to prepare. So I need a way to boost the growth a little more, and that will come in the form of sprinklers. Unfortunately, I can't cover the world in sprinklers. We need either, it's probably easier actually to do the mana steel recipe, right? Because we need steel anyways, but this recipe uses less steel, more iron. Yeah, I'll make as many sprinklers as I can, and we'll go from there. It should be noted that the Mana Steal quest gave us an enchanted golden lotus. So let's see how much mana that actually gives us. That's almost empty. It's like a fair bit of mana. Unfortunately, the golden lotuses that we buy from the shop are the unenchanted version, so they're less good, but it's still mana. I'll start off with a meager 25 sprinklers because that's just all the supplies I have. But I'll place enough, I'll place all the structure to support the full 81 sprinklers. And in fact, we can even extend sprinklers beyond the edge of the farm. So in theory, I think sprinklers have like a 7x7 range or something like that. So if you want maximum effectiveness, you want to go 3 blocks beyond the edge of your farm. So for a 9x9, you would need you want to go 3 beyond in each direction, so plus 6, 15x15, or 225 sprinklers for maximum effect. It'll be some time before we can afford 225 sprinklers, let me put it that way. But you unfortunately can't even place these irrigation channels with the builder's wand, because if they do, they don't connect to each other correctly. So I'm gonna place all these. You want them high enough that when you place a sprinkler underneath it, there is still an air block above the crop sticks, because the crop sticks need one air block above them in order to grow. For now, I'll just sprinklerize the centermost 25 blocks, get maximum effect out of them. The water itself will be provided by a sink, and then we will use fluid ducts to transport it out of the sink, which is an infinite water source, into the channels here, and pretty soon we should see the sprinklers turn on. I don't know by default if, we can check, if AgriCraft has its sprinklers particles disabled or not, but I'm going to disable them because they cause a lot of lag. Now, if we get up there, we should see the water flowing. I'm sure to servo to pipe water into the entire thing. There's water flowing into here. Water is not flowing from the tank into the channels. Why is that? Maybe the tank just needs to get fuller? Yeah, there we go. Now it's flowing. And in fact, we can already feel the lag almost immediately. But we can also see the effects. Oh, I guess changing the config takes effect immediately. We don't actually have to we don't have to even restart our client. That's nice. But yeah, we can immediately see the effect. The plants are growing much, much faster. After just a few moments, our wheat field is now fully grown. And if I flip this switch, it starts harvesting. It looks like actually the Drum of the Wilds. Well, we might need a couple more Drum of the Wilds. It might not, a single drum might not harvest fast enough. But each time I harvest, you see a bunch of wheat pop off there, right? Now, I'm going to turn this off for now because I don't actually want all this wheat sitting on the ground. We still need to come up with a system to automatically pick it up and sell it because I don't want wheat. I want money. I'm going to buy a couple more ender pearls. Just from that little bit of wheat, I think we got like 100 plus bucks. So that we could, anyway, so we can make an item collector, and I'm going to even upgrade that to the advanced variant. I might have to buy some glowstone too. Do I have any? I haven't been to the end or the nether yet, have I? So I doubt I have glowstone. But 10 bucks a piece. So with a advanced item collector, a seller, and let's get a filter for that collector. I think it's the random things collector, right? Yeah. I want a random things item filter. We'll set the item filter on wheat. Yeah, works for me. And then we can place it, probably I'll put it above the farm. So we can hop up here, get a seller. Where's the middle? Right here. And I assume you sell out or you put the items, the cell in the top. If I just put this here, 5x5x5, that should be enough range, right? Oh. I tried restarting my game, but when I log back in, this is the first frame, and it looks like the last frame. I'll see. So, I think I have to break out the world edit, delete some blocks. I suspect it doesn't like the way I'm trying to place the wheat into the cellar, so I'll have to add a buffer chest of some sort. But I have to break out world edit to get rid of the offending blocks. So why don't we wrap up today's video here on this horizon. I'll do the world fixing off camera, and then next episode we'll put the finishing touches on our get rich quick scheme. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.